O cada виде, ze câmpelit staurio of the Bible you never seen before. Get ready for a transformative journey through the pages of Scripture, revealing details, moments, and meanings you may have never noticed. This video goes far beyond what you will hear to read about the Bible, bringing a fresh perspective on its epic story and the profound impact it continues to have today. If you want to understand God's true plan for humanity and how He has been working from creation to redemption, don't miss a single second of this content. Every detail matters, because it's often in the smallest nuances that we find the greatest revelations. Be watching closely until the end, you see how the biblical stories intertwine, revealing a divine plan that spans centuries, connecting the past, present, and future. Now, before we dive in, don't forget to leave a like. This helps our channel grow and allows more people to discover this enriching content. Plus, by liking and sharing, you are helping spread these powerful messages to others who, like you, are seeking to deepen their understanding of the Bible. So, hit play and pay close attention to every word, because the complete story of the Bible like you've never seen before will surprise and inspire you in ways you never imagined. The Bible is much more than a simple book of rules and teachings. It is a living narrative that spans millennia, guiding humanity in its search for meaning, faith, and purpose. From the first chapter of Genesis, where God creates the heavens and the earth, to the last verse of Revelation, which promises a glorious future, the Bible tells a story of redemption, hope, and love. The journey begins in the Garden of Eden, where Adam and Eve were created to live in perfect harmony with God. However, with the fall of man, sin entered the world, breaking that divine relationship. Yet, even there, in the midst of disobedience, God was already preparing a way back. The promise of redemption was sealed, and the divine plan began to unfold over the centuries. As we follow this narrative, we encounter the call of Abraham, which marks the beginning of the formation of the people of Israel. In obedience, Abraham lives his homeland and follows God's promise, a crucial step in the history of faith. Later, we witness the dramatic event of the Exodus, when God frees the people of Israel from slavery in Egypt. This moment is more than a historical account. It is a profound symbol of God's power to save and restore. These events, along with the stories of leaders like Moses, David, and the prophets, reflect God's continuous faithfulness. In every page, the Bible not only recounts events but offers a promise of renewal and hope. Even in the stories of human failure, such as King David's downfall or Israel's disobedience, we see God's love and patience in action, always inviting his people to repentance and restoration. This hope reaches its climax with the coming of Jesus Christ, the promised Messiah. The life, death, and resurrection of Jesus fulfills the ancient promises and inaugurate a new covenant between God and humanity. He came not only to redeem Israel but to bring salvation to all nations. Each of Jesus' parables, healings, and teachings is an invitation to transformation, abundant life, and unconditional love. Thus, the Bible takes us from creation through the history of God's people to the promise of a new heaven and a new earth. Its purpose is not merely to inform but to transform hearts and minds, leading us to a deeper and more meaningful life in God. The conclusion, yet to be fulfilled, points to the return of Christ and the fullness of redemption, where everything will be restored to its original glory. The Bible, therefore, is a living story, an ongoing journey that still transforms the lives of millions around the world today, offering hope, direction, and a vision of a future filled with peace and justice. Звездочка, women of faith, heroes and villains who shaped the fate of humanity that reveals. Throughout the scriptures, we encounter remarkable family figures who played pivotal roles in shaping the course of history. Women like Sarah, Rahab, Ruth, and Esther are celebrated for their courage and unwavering faith. These women defied the norms of their time, trusting in God during moments of immense adversity. Sarah, despite her advanced age, believed in God's promise to give her a son. Rahab, even though she was a foreigner, risked her life to protect the Israelite spies, becoming an essential link in the lineage of Jesus. Ruth, a Moabite widow, displayed extraordinary loyalty and faith by choosing to follow her maternal name back to Israel. Her commitment not only secured her place in Israel's history but also in the genealogy of Jesus Christ. Esther, a young Jewish woman who became queen in a foreign land, who set her position to save her people from destruction. Her bravery in facing the king, at the risk of her own life, demonstrated profound faith and selflessness. On the other hand, the Bible also presents women whose actions opposite the will of God. Jezebel, with her relentless pursuit of power and her devotion to false gods, embodies rebellion and seduction that led Israel away from their faith. She orchestrated schemes that brought calamity upon her people and caused a significant spiritual decline in Israel. The wife of Potiphar, through her false accusations against Joseph, exemplifies the dangers of temptation and deceit. Her actions nearly destroyed an innocent man's life, yet God's favor continued with Joseph, turning the situation for good. These stories offer both inspiration and warning, demonstrating the profound influence that women had in biblical times. Whether as heroines of faith or as examples of rebellion, they shaped the destiny of nations and left lasting lessons for future generations. The women in the Bible remind us that faith, courage, and integrity transcend societal boundaries, and that each person's actions, whether for good or ill, can have far-reaching consequences in the unfolding of God's plan. Звездочка, prophets, kings, and apostles, guides of a people in search of God's звезд. The Bible is filled with figures that God raised up to lead, correct, and inspire His people. The prophets, such as Isaiah, Jeremiah, and Ezekiel, spoke on behalf of God, calling Israel to repentance and the renewal of their covenant. These prophets often appeared during times of crisis, offering hope and guidance while reminding the people of their responsibilities before God. They were the voice of divine truth, urging the nation to turn back to God when a had street. Kings like David and Solomon ruled with wisdom and strength, but they were not without their own faults and sins. David, though a man after God's own heart, faced moments of personal failure, yet his repentance and continued faithfulness to God made him one of the most revered kings in Israel's history. Solomon, known for his great wisdom and the construction of the temple, also struggled with the temptations of wealth and power, leading to a divided kingdom after his reign. Despite their flaws, these kings were chosen by God to guide his people, and their stories reflect the tension between human weakness and divine purpose. In the New Testament, we encounter the apostles, simple men who, through the calling of Jesus, transformed the world with their preaching of the gospel. Peter, John, and Paul, among others, were instruments of God, taking the message of salvation to the farthest reaches of the known world. Peter, a fisherman, became the rock upon which the church was built, while John, known for his deep spiritual insight, gave us profound reflections on the nature of love and truth. Paul, who once a persecutor of Christians, was radically transformed and became one of the most influential figures in spreading the gospel throughout the Roman Empire. These individuals, despite their human frailties, were set by God to accomplish great things. Their stories teach us that true leadership comes from serving and obeying God's divine purpose, no matter the circumstances. They show us that even in the midst of personal struggles and societal challenges, God can work through ordinary people to bring about His extraordinary plans. The legacy of the prophets, kings, and apostles reminds us that faithfulness, humility, and courage act to fulfilling God's will, and that He often chooses the unlikely to carry out His mission. The Bible's portrayal of these figures, From prophets who spake God's word in times of trial to apostles who carried the message of Jesus to distant lands, underscores the profound truth that God works through human history to draw people closer to himself. Each of these leaders played a crucial role in guiding a people in search of God, leaving behind lessons of hope, repentance, and divine calling that continue to resonate with believers today.